Our previous video covered the FARS grades 1 to 3, but now we're going to continue with grade 4. Skate in a forward progressive run movement in a circle to the left, anti-clockwise, and to the right, clockwise. So what is a forward progressive run? You probably know it a lot better as a crossover. So basically it's crossovers around the corner. We're going to do anti-clockwise first because that's the way that most people find easiest. So it's a left outside and then the right foot goes down, and this is what's progressive about it because this foot's going to go down in front onto an inside edge. Then you go from the side onto an outside and then progressive onto an in. Back together for the push onto the outside, progressive for the inside. Shoulders in the circle. A more advanced way of getting a push on this is to use this left leg to push there. So here I'm doing crossovers just as any skater would do them, but I'm also going to show you how an artistic skater would do them. And the only difference is the free leg extension is much more exaggerated. This exaggerated free leg not only looks more elegant, it also gives you lots and lots of push power. Unfortunately, we do need to be able to do this in both directions, and the clockwise direction tends to feel really awkward for most people. I think mainly because we spend a lot of time in rinks going anti-clockwise, so as soon as you go clockwise, it's like, oh no, but it's okay. All we're going to do is reverse exactly what we've done. So the right leg is going to do the outside edge this time. So we're going to push from our feet together onto the right leg, arms in the circle, and the left leg is going to be the progressive one onto the inside edge. So together onto the right outside, inside's progressive, and you can always do your little push again if you want to. So here, right outside, left inside. Skate 4 continuous forward outside edges on alternate feet with the free leg extended behind. So the 4 continuous edges are building on what we did in grade 3, because from grade 3 we did a T position and a C curve, then we stopped, T position and a C curve on the other foot, and stopped. So this time we have to do those same edges but without stopping in between. So you need to learn to get the push between the two edges, which I'm going to show you now. Essentially, what we're going to do is a rolling T push. So I'm going to do my first outside edge. Then when I start to come here, I've got to put my feet together, push onto the right, but this left one is creating a T behind me. So I'm going to come together and this is going to turn out and push me away. Together, and then it's going to turn out and push. So think of it as a rolling T push. When you're doing your edges, try and get your C's about an equal shape and length. Skate 4 continuous forward inside edges on alternate feet with the free leg extended behind. We now have to do the exact same thing but on the inside edge. So we're going to be leaning on the big toe. So when you do inside edges, you have the opposite arm to leg. So if my left leg's going to go behind, my left arm is going to go in front. So T push, and the exact same thing where I'm going to do my rolling T push. Back together and push. Back together and push. Now the inside edges I think feel a lot less stable than the outside because you're kind of leaning like this. Without this arm you're going to really struggle, so make sure to keep that left arm, left leg, right arm. I find the rolling T push on these continuous inside edges is a little bit trickier than the outside rolling T. I feel it's because your feet kind of get in each other's way. So to make it easier, you need to angle the foot you're going to go onto to give yourself a little bit of room, because otherwise, if you try and do it with your feet together, your knees just crash together. Skate a forward arabesque on an outside edge with the free leg at least hip height. So if you've never done an arabesque before and you're comfortable skating backwards, I would definitely recommend trying it backwards first. The main reason for this is if you tip too far forward, you're just going to go on your toe stop. But if you tip too far forward, skating forwards, and you hit your toe stop, the fall is going to be much more dramatic. So what makes an arabesque is having your free leg at hip height or higher. Now, if you're a fabulous ice skater, you will have your free leg up here somewhere, but we only need to get it hip height. And keep your upper body up. So be very wary of doing this. Keep the upper body elevated and make sure you're on that outside edge. So you can use your forward progressive run from the first element to get some speed and then up into the arabesque. I tend to keep my arms quite square. And you can do it on either foot. So a really important thing to note here is how my foot is turned out, which opens my hip. Make sure not to turn the toe down, as that closes the hip and makes it a more awkward position. So lift the toe and the hip. I've put together a playlist of more detailed videos, so if you're having trouble with any of these skills, make sure to check that out. I'm Katie, you've been watching Skatie, and I'll see you next time. Bye!